Ocean Mike welcomes everybody back. Let's see if the Discord ping worked. And it did. Awesome. Hello there, Inspector. And Jimmy, of course. While we wait for some more folks to stream on in, no pun intended, we will feed Little Blue. Over here. There we go. Hello there, Level Up and Mr. Prius. And indeed, this is the Christmas countdown. I was just feeding Little Blue as we're waiting for some more folks to stop by. Thank you very much. It's actually a parody of Ghost in the Shell, I think. Doesn't have everybody. It's missing out on Zorro and Killer, but hey, can't win them all. I know. It's pretty awesome. Even that had a good point. All right. So we actually have quite a few people on tonight. Hello, everybody. So, what would you guys like to do first for our Christmas festivities? Would you like the 20th verse for the 25 days of Christmas? Or would you like to open the 20th door on the Advent calendar, or as Lucibor likes to call it, the box? So, what do you guys want tonight first? Jimmy wants the box. Stellar wants the box. Level Up wants the box. Any other votes before we just start on the box? Box. Stellar votes once again for the box. All right, let's just do the box, just for the heck of it. The box is one day ahead because some of these doors are empty, and like some of them are doubled up. Some doors have two things in them, and some of them have none. So eventually we'll get caught up. What is in door number 21? A dolphin. We opened a dolphin before? We have. We opened a more blue dolphin. See? Here we have both of them. Can't really tell what is supposed to be what, though. One is significantly larger than the other, though. I guess we can talk about the spinner dolphin in this case, though. Just, mix things up a bit. So, I'm going to tell you about the spinner dolphin. And yes, it gets its name because it spins. It can spin up to over a dozen times in midair as it breaches for air. And that is actually a form of communication and enjoyment for them. Spinner dolphins are very social creatures, like a lot of dolphins are. However, they have another special quirk that they have developed, which is spinning. They will jump out of the water and spin at incredibly fast rates, like I said, over a dozen times in one jump. So they do this to attract other spinner dolphins to them, not necessarily to mate, but just for to have friends, because they are very social. They all are always chittering with each other or squeaking, and even like almost cuddling or hugging. They're always kind of like bumping or rubbing against each other to like indicate that we're here, we're friends, we're sticking together. So spinner dolphins are really social dolphins, one of my favorite species, not only because they are really cool and they can jump, but also because of how social and close they are. Some very intelligent ocean creatures. Hello, Puck. Always good to see you around. No need to apologize, my friend. These streams are archived anyway, so hey, I'm very well, Puck. I hope you're doing well too. All right, so that's everything for the advent calendar. Got we have 20 fishy friends so far, or 21, I think technically. Yeah, 21 because I've still gone forward with the days to make sure we have something to talk about. So, are you guys ready for the verses, or do you want to answer some questions first, or talk a bit? It's up to you guys, of course. Just let me know down in the comments. Jimmy and Puck are down with the verses. Going once for verses, going twice for the verses, and sold to the verses. All right, let me pull up my lyric page that I've been adding on to. Once again, shout out to Lucid Boar for helping me get that started. All right, the 20th day of Christmas. On the 20th day of Christmas, the ocean gave to me 20 salty barnacles, 19 magnificent manta rays, 18 floating flatworms, 17 mighty great whites, 16 singing blue whales, 15 slippery eels, 14 sneaky barracuda, 13 silly starfish, 12 scrounging hammerheads, 11 curious squids, 10 pointy swordfish, 9 stingrays swimming, 8 stinging jellies, the 7 seas, 6 coral reefs, 5 crustaceans, 4 primordial beings, 3 festive hats, 2 ocean Lego sets, and a little blue with a fake anemone. There we go. Verse 20, down. Puck asks, Puck says, random question, and then asks, but do you know a foreign language, or at least studying one? I do know a foreign language. I am semi fluent in Spanish, and I know a couple phrases in Chinese because I took that freshman year. Mr. Chang's class went hard. All right, now that we have our Christmas activities speak Chinese for us, well, I know how to say like wo bu dong, which means I don't know, or I can say like somebody does not like the pizza because it was not delicious. Like Ocean Mike, O tu, Yin Wei, spaghetti da pizza, bu hao shi, which means Ocean Mike barfed because the spaghetti pizza was not good to eat. And I know how to say that specifically because we had to read these really weird books called, they were by this one person named Terry T. Waltz. They make the weirdest short stories for teaching Chinese. And the one that we had to listen to, yep, All I remember is that we were in Chinese class together, so wild times. I know that specific sentence because we had to read these really weird books. I'll pull up a picture of one of them. They also have really weird art. The one that we started with was Giuseppe wants spaghetti pizza. And it was this dude who would go to different restaurants and try different pizzas and then barf and then cry because he didn't eat spaghetti pizza. And he went to Papa John's first, and then Papa John started crying because he barfed. It was a really weird story. Uh, Terry T. Waltz, Joe Giuseppe Ku. There it is. I'll save the image because it's kind of small on my phone in the Google search. There's Giuseppe. So yeah, that's Giuseppe. One of the weirdest stories I've ever read. We also had to read ones like Egbert Cries, also a story about a child crying because of pizza. And then, yeah, it's just a lot of weird stories. The art was interesting. Maybe I can get one of them sometime and just show you guys as a joke. All right, enough silliness. Well, of that silliness. Silliness is always welcome here. I really don't know, Jimmy. All the stories that we read had something to do with pizza or crying or barfing. It was weird. Anyway, what questions do you guys have or topics of conversation? Whether it be fish related or just things you are curious about. What is the weakest country? Not gonna lie, I mean, probably South Sudan because it's only like 10 years old. I don't really know though. I remember I had to do a project on South Sudan when it was only like 5 years old. It was like the newest country. South Sudan's the newest country in the world currently, and it's constantly at civil war with Sudan. So, yeah, it was really hard to do a project on because there's almost no culture to it yet because its culture comes from Sudan. But my teacher was very specific that I could only do stuff from South Sudan. So it's a hard project to do. F indeed. Oh gosh, I'm not talking about land wars. I've already said enough. I'm gonna stand up all the fish that we have so far. QCC? CQC? I don't know if I'm familiar with that. CQC. Close quarter combat. Oh, great. I don't know. I'm not a war guy. I just know a lot about fish and nerd stuff. I can answer questions about those things, though, if you like. I'll be able to give a lot more of an effective answer. I'm honestly not very well versed in Star Trek, so probably going to say Star Wars for now, as that is what I'm most familiar with. But if I ever start watching more of Star Trek, that answer could very easily change. Being as somebody who grew up on Star Wars primarily, I'm going to have to say that for now. And hello there, Stormcloak Guard. And Puck asks, what is the most dangerous eel? That is a good question. Most eels are actually not very aggressive towards humans. They tend to go after things smaller than themselves. But it's hard to say. I'm probably just gonna have to say like something like the Amore species, though. They are the most capable eel hunters, but they're generally pretty curious around divers. They're not extremely hostile, but they can get somewhat territorial. But it's easy to spot eel territory as they are generally seen in their home, their burrow. So if you see it, best to just leave it alone. Jimmy asks first, is there war in Lord of the Rings? That is a silly question. Of course, there is war in Lord of the Rings. Many, many of them. Ugliest fish. A lot of people say the goblin shark, but I don't know. I don't really find fish particularly ugly, as most of their features have some sort of benefit to them. How do electric eels work? Um, so electric eels, they have like a organ in their body that helps produce large amounts of like electrical currents, and they use that to stun their prey basically. Why is the electric eel a knife fish and not an eel? I do not know. Sometimes things get its names just due to its appearance, like the killer whale. They are large and they do have somewhat of a whale like resemblance, but they are technically porpoise. So, resemblance, I suppose. The inspector asks, bull shark love or hate? I'm indifferent to bull sharks, as they are a shark, they are predators, and they are dangerous. However, they get a significantly bad rap as being one of the most aggressive shark species, only because they, out of all sharks, bull shark territories, like migration patterns and breeding grounds, line up the most with human swimming and fishing patterns. So our territory lines up the most with their territory. So it only makes sense that of all shark species that we interact with, that one is the one that causes the most attacks because we interact with it the most. A gunfish? Of course, that has been asked. I'm pretty sure it was like a fish lure or something. I don't think there's a real one. There's an archer fish that I'm pretty sure is freshwater. And no, you cannot use their electric organ, I'm pretty sure. It's usually just to try to not weaponize the animals. Would I crab? Of course I do. I have the Fun Fish Friday hat right here, which happens to be a crab. It would be silly of me not to. Let's take one or two more questions or topics of discussion, and then I think we're going to wrap up tonight's stream. I wanted to do a little bit of a longer one because, why not? Become crab. Who am I to stop you? Do I eat invertebrates? Um, Pretty sure I have at least at one point. Maybe like a crawfish boil or something. Would I go on an Amazon River cruise? Um, I mean, depends on what resources I'll have. Like if it's just like a tour on like a big tour boat, then yeah, sure, I would love to see the Amazon. But if I'm like a little raft, then probably not. It's an extremely dangerous environment, and I'm not well equipped for it or well trained. Is there a picture of a live lobster without its tail? Of course there is. Lobster without tail. With my phone blank. I love the search results. It's harder to find a picture. Lobster without tail. No, not without shell. No. All the pictures it's giving me are just pictures of like lobster tail food. This is so annoying. It's giving me a bunch of food. There's bound to be a picture out there somewhere. I'll try to find one later. Probably is cursed knowledge. All right, let's take one more question and then we'll wrap up tonight's stream. I'll put a band aid on my finger. Is lobster tail useless? We've talked about this before. It is an evolutionary. We talked about this yesterday, actually. The It can live without it, and that's actually helpful for it. It grew like that to serve as a decoy head in order to like when predators come at it, if it goes after the tail instead of the head, it can live without the tail, but it can't live without the head. So the tail kind of serves as a decoy. It's pretty common in animals. Things like leopard printed geckos have them, as well as other fish. It's pretty cool. Sadly, no. I just have plastic ones. All right. We're going to wrap up tonight's live stream. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. I had a good time, and I hope that you guys did too. I used to have a leopard printed gecko too, level up. Long time ago, though. All right. So, good night, guys. Thanks for everybody who stopped by. Have a good rest of your night. You guys are awesome. Stay safe. Have a happy holidays. And like always, see you guys tomorrow. And goodbye, fishy friends.